offers excellent networking opportunities and business links, as well as with the immensely successful ICI TKM 2023, stimulating and educative. Now, I would like to introduce you all with our session chair, Professor Dr. Alka Maurya. Ma'am, with Professor Dr. Alka Maurya, may I have a round of applause for ma'am? Hello, Alka ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, Nimit, you're audible.
Sorry for the network disturbance. Dr. Alka Maurya is professor with Amity International Business School, Amity University, Noida, India. She is a computer science graduate and has done her master's in international business from Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, New Delhi, India, and PhD in international business from University, Gwalior, India. She has over 26 years of experience in teaching and consulting. During her tenure, she initiated and successfully national business 3 research journals of the best business practices in management in international business. During her last assignment with the Plastics Export Promotion Council as deputy director, she worked on a number of projects for promoting exports of plastic products from India. She led many delegations of plastic exporters to explore opportunities in the foreign market. And I would like you to, I would like to hand the screen to Alka ma'am. Ma'am, you can go ahead.
Fine. Thank you, Nimit. Am I audible? Anushka? Am I audible? I'm loud and clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity to chair the session. And definitely the session already have been delayed. So without taking much time, I think we should start with the session. And Anushka and Nimit, if you can just help me with sharing the guidelines for all the presenters and also keeping time. So to ensure that all these speakers get sufficient time and we are also able to finish the session on time, right? So you can first of all tell them about the guidelines as far as the presentation is concerned, and then we can go ahead with the first presenter. Anushka, am I audible? You're on mute. So I think we are giving 5 to 7 minutes to each presenter to speak, and after that we'll have 5 minutes for the question answer session, right? So can we start with the first presenter? The authors.
Yes, ma'am. Now I would like to call the first presenter with paper ID 426, entitled Urban Sound Classification with VGG19 Convolution Neural Network CNN Model and its Visualization.
Yes, ma'am. May I share my screen?
Sure, please.
Are you able to share the screen, Muskan? Do you have the rights to do so?
Yeah, ma'am. Wait a second, please. Is it visible, ma'am?
Maybe in few seconds. Yeah, we can see it now. It's visible, Vita. Go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Second, please. First of all, morning to everyone. Thank you for giving me the
Muskan, just
opportunity to represent myself.
Muskan.
Yes, ma'am.
Muskan, just can you put it on a slideshow mode, Vita?
Yes, sure, ma'am. Is it already in slideshow? So I'm Muskan Agarwal from Chitkara University is here to represent on the topic urban sound classification using VGG19 conventional neural network model and its visualization. My paper ID is 426. First of all, let's see the roadmap of the representation, which is firstly introduction, literature, input data set, results, and then conclusion and references. Now let's go to introduction part. VGG19 conventional neural model is a robust deep learning model framework designed for processing audio signals. The proposed model used VGG19 CNN architecture to rapidly extract hierarchy components from audio inputs, ensuring accurate recognition of diverse array of urban noises. The results showcase the practical efficiency of the VGG19 CNN model, achieving an 86% accuracy rate in the classification urban noises. This research can be contributed to future too. The objects and the aim and the objective of the paper are data collection and processing, designing the architecture of the model, data partition, training the model, assessment and optimization of hyperparameters model for representing data visually, testing and documenting. Now we are on input data set. There is a collection of 8,732 labeled sound samples, each lasting for 4 seconds or less. These audio snippets are categorized into 10 different groups, including air conditioner, car horns, children playing, dog barking, drilling, engine idling, gunshot, jackhammer, siren, and other more, based on urban sound taxonomy. Additionally, a CSV file in the figure 1 provided the details of each sound snippet mentioned in the article. Now we have using Libros to analyze random sound samples spectrograms. Libros, a robust Python package designed for audio and music analysis, along with VGG19 CNN model, serve as a fundamental framework for urban sound researches. In the figure 2, this method enhances the accuracy of the sound categorization, offering valuable data for city planners, environmentalists, and public safety authorizes to make informed decision in dynamic landscape of urban environments. Now we have using random samples, which are jackhammer, dog barking, and drilling to absorb difference in waveforms. Access to random samples is essential for training VGG19 CNN model. By monitoring changes in the waveform that significantly impact the model's prediction, and researchers gain valuable insights into distinct characteristics of urban sounds. This approach educates the process through which VGG19 CNN model assigns label to different audio signals. Uh, After that, we have been using Curios model and testing using VGG19 model. This data set compromises a diverse array of urban sound samples, ensuring the model's adaptability and transferability of knowledge. In figure 4, the outcome are presented utilizing confusion matrix and accuracy matrix as the two widely used in the evaluation metrics to assess how effectively the model categorization different types of urban noises. Then this is the modern architecture using random samples to observe the difference and waveforms. The progress in urban noises research will be hindered without visualization tool, such as Kara's VGG19 CNN model are created. The development of the tool simplifies the model for practical use, enabling more accuracy classification of different type of urban noises. In the figure 4, we have been 5 we have given as a reference. Now we have our results, which shows the epochs calculation or the classification. Epochs is usually the complete training cycle for the model, and it is very necessary and crucial for the categorization of different uh, urban sound categorizations. In figure 6, figure 6 showcase the outcome of the enhanced understanding and will unraveling the in incorrect components essential for precise urban sound categorization. And here we have our conclusion that we have concluded. Urban research sound research experts employ visualization tool and VGG19 CNN model to explore the incorrect auditory landscape of cities. This research has provided a comprehensive insight into the potential application challenges and contribution to the field. VGG19 CNN model plays a vital role in accuracy and categorization sound urban sounds due to their capability to handle encrypt pattern and hierarchy characteristic with diverse audio data type. This study encourages the importance of model architecture and the incorporation of interpenetrability into decision-making processes. Ultimately, CNN model is a very visualization approach, represent a significant achievement in the field of urban sound categorization. Then we have our references. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to represent myself and my research. That is all.
Thank you so much, respected ma'am. That was an amazing presentation. I would like to request Dr. Alka Moria to ask questions, if any, and concluding with marking the judgment sheet.
Muskan,
Yes,
have
ma'am.
you also tried to take patent for this work?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Fine. Can you also see some commercial application of this model?
Ma'am, what? Can you repeat?
Commercial application, maybe any company who would like to, implement this particular application in their business and social
Yeah, ma'am,
work.
I will try. I will ask my professor who helped me in this research, and we will think about it. Thank you, ma'am.
Right. According to you, which organizations might find, use of this particular model in their day-to-day routine or in their business applications?
Ma'am, I think the architecture field
Great.
will find it more because it helps in knowing the landscapes. Means urban sounds can help us know which is geographically better place for different things or sites need uses. That's what I thought.
Primarily for real estate industry.
Yeah, real estate.
Eco hotels, the concept also have come up. They might find it useful.
Yes, ma'am. मैं कुछ बोल रही है? Ma'am, actually, I
Yes, Muskan, are you saying something?
No, I thought my net is going because you went. I was
Ye-
not able to listen anything.
Yeah, so I was saying that you can approach the real estate companies also
Yeah.
to explore, possible commercial application of your model.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's good work. Good
Thank
work, Muskan. Yeah.
thank.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, Muskan, for this amazing presentation. Now, I would like to call our next presenter with paper ID 431. SMOT analysis, based classifier, and data equalization of bankruptcy using logistics regression classification techniques through machine learning applications.
Yes, I am audible.
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Is my screen visible?
Not yet, but it is showing that you are sharing a screen.
It's visible. Can you put it on the slideshow mode, Muskan?
Yes, ma'am. Is it okay?
Yes,
Yeah. Yes, please proceed.
So good. Okay, ma'am. So good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the respected conference for providing me the chance to present my research work. So I, Muskan from Chitkaya University, is here to present my research work on the topics mode analysis-based classifier and data equalization of bankruptcy using logistic regression classification technique through machine learning applications. So now proceeding further, my roadmap is as followed: introduction, aim and objective, input data set, followed by data validation, and then the exploratory data analysis, and then SMOT analysis, followed by results and conclusions. So now my first slide is about introduction. Within the domain of financial risk assessment, the accurate anticipation of bankruptcy has significant importance in safeguarding the stability of economic systems. One of the long-standing issues in this particular field pertains to enabled datasets whereby the number of instances representing bankruptcy is much lower in comparison to non-bankrupt cases. The combination of SMOT with logistic regression classification presents a robust approach to tackle the issues of class imbalance, resulting in improved predict accuracy of models. The existing disparity and social policy are a significant obstacle for machine learning algorithms since these models tend to exhibit a bias towards the dominant class, leading to less than ideal accuracy when forecasting the minority class. The main aim of the study is to access the logistic regression classifier in order to classify bankruptcy detection. The target will be achieved by use of SMOT analysis, a technique designed to address the issue of unbalanced data. So now my next slide is about aim and objective. The primary objective of this research is to use the logistic regression classifier for the purpose of identifying instances of bankruptcy during the assessment phase. The criteria evaluated in this study show promise in aiding researchers who have encountered challenges in establishing a robust organizational structure. The research incorporates several subtopics. The article provides a thorough explanation of the dataset used for investigation, along with the segment on data validation and the approaches applied to address the structure of logistic regression classifier. Proceeding to the next slide is about input data set. The efficacy of machine learning applications, especially in the realm of financial result prediction, is contingent upon the caliber and attributes of the input data set. The performance and interpretability of the model are significantly influenced by the input data set in the context of utilizing the SMOT on CSV format data. This technique is used to equalize the data for logistic regression classifier. In the context of bankruptcy prediction using SMOT and base classifiers and logistic regression, the input dataset plays a fundamental role in the construction of the predictive model. The use of this model organized and inclusive dataset in this study, together with the implementation of suitable pre-processing and balancing methodologies, plays a crucial role in the construction of resilient and dependable machine learning model for the evaluation of financial risk. The effectiveness of the model in detecting and forecasting occurrences of bankruptcy is ultimately contingent upon the caliber and variety of the input data. So next slide is about data validation. The process of data validation has significant importance in the construction of machine learning models, particularly when using SMOT for data balancing and logistic regression for the purpose of bankruptcy prediction. The validation procedure serves to ascertain in the integrity, dependability, and generalizability of the model by the evaluation of its performance on data that has not been previously seen. The process of data validation plays a crucial role in the machine learning lifecycle as it guarantees the dependability of the constructed model, its ability to generalize well to the unfamiliar data, and its adherence to the predetermined performance standards. So next slide is about exploratory data analysis. In order to maximize our understanding of the dataset, it is important to truly examine it via the use of various visual representations. One first graphic to consider is the correlation heat map, which usually represents the correlations between numerical variables in the dataset. The correlations might be either linear or nonlinear depending on the chosen statistical test such as Pearson or Spearman. Understanding the relationships between different characteristics is a crucial aspect in determining the selection of features to be retained through the training process. So now next slide is about SMOT analysis. The use of SMOT as an oversampling method has the potential to enhance performance. It is probable that the synthetic minority oversampling technique will provide higher accuracy compared to random undersampling. It is crucial to observe the performances on both the clean undersampled data and smooth oversampled data. In this study, the use of linear regression classification is employed for this particular aspect as shown in the figure 3. So next slide is about classification report for bankruptcy detection using the logistic regression. The classification report is a comprehensive evaluation instrument and that provides accurate insights into the efficacy of machine learning model, specifically in the field of bankruptcy detection using logistic regression. This report has considerable importance for stakeholders, data scientists, and decision makers who want to get through understanding of the model's performance across several metrics. The incorporation of a well-balanced categorization report is essential in order to guarantee the efficacy of a model in the job of identifying bankruptcy. The performance of the model can be viewed in figure 4, which demonstrates its excellent identification of cases of financial distress while also retaining a reasonable degree of accuracy for non-bankrupt scenarios. Now the illustrations of oversampling precision recall curve. The visualization of an oversampling precision recall curve serves to depict the influence of various sampling techniques on the model's capacity to accurately detect positive occurrences. Demonstrating the technique of oversampling, the precision recall curve offers a comprehensive viewpoint about the influence of oversampling methods such as SMOT on the efficacy of a logistic regression model in predicting bankruptcy. The visualization aids in comprehending how the model's capacity to detect positive cases is improved by addressing the issue of class imbalance, as we can see in the figure 5. So now further confusion matrix illustration for the classification of bankruptcy employing the logistic regression classifier. The use of a confusion matrix is considered as a crucial technique for assessing the effectiveness of classification model, particularly in the domain of bankruptcy prediction via the application of logistic regression. The provided analysis offers a comprehensive examination of the model's predictions and inaccuracies, providing significant insights into the model's ability to differentiate between cases of bankruptcy and non-bankruptcy. The use of this visual depicts aids stakeholders in comprehending the trade-offs associated with the various forms of prediction mistakes, hence facilitating informed decision-making about the enhancement and optimization of the model, as we can see in figure 6. Now we are up to the slide conclusion. In the realm of financial bankruptcy prediction, the combination of SMOT-based data equalization with logistic regression classification demonstrates a robust and effective approach. This technique effectively tackles the issues associated with the unbalanced dataset, resulting in improved forecast accuracy and important insights into the elements that contributes to financial hardship. The integration of SMOT with logistic regression has emerged as a practical approach for accurate bankruptcy prediction in practical financial context as machine learning advancements progress. The primary objective of this work is to use the logistic regression classifier for the purpose of categorizing bankruptcy detection. The objective will be attained by the use of SMOT analysis, a methodology specifically developed to tackle the challenge of imbalanced data. The research study will use the classification report and the confusion matrix to evaluate the expected accuracy of 84%. These visual tools will be employed to analyze and present the data in the suggested study. Now it's the reference slide. Although there was a lot of research work that was utilized to draft this research work, but the references shown on this slide helped us in framing the major literature part of the proposed work. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was an amazing presentation. Now, I would request the session chair to ask any questions and concluding with marking the judgment sheet.
Muskan,
Yes, ma'am.
Muskan, which parameters you looked at to determine financial bankruptcy? In one of your slide, if you could just show us the presentation. There is one
Yes,
slide on which you had shown some parameters. Move to the next slide. Next one. Before conclusion, before this. Yeah, you have, yeah, before this one, Bita.
This one, ma'am.
Before this slide, or before this one. Yeah. Next, Muskan. Next slide. Next slide, Bita. Next. You have to move backwards. Yeah, figure 4. I want to look at figure 4.
Figure 4. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. In this, you have shown two parameters: financially stable and financially unstable, right? So, how on what basis you have
On the basis of SMOT analysis, we have used logistic regression. On the basis of SMOT analysis, then we can see.
Again under SMART analysis, which parameters, like when we looked at the banking companies, there are a lot of parameters, and specifically when you're talking about financial bankruptcy, right? Which parameters specifically you looked at to determine whether the bank is going towards bankruptcy or not?
Sorry, ma'am. I have not idea about this.
Okay, and how many banks did you study as part of your report? You must have take, what is your data set? From where you have taken the data, Bita? बेटा आपने डेटा लिया होगा ना पूरा एनालिसिस करने के लिए अपना, आपने लीनियर रिग्रेशन भी करा है, तो लीनियर रिग्रेशन आपने किसी डेटा सेट पे करा होगा ना, तो वो डेटा सेट आपने कहाँ से लिया? You are saying ROC, before interest and depreciation, right? So these are some financial figures.
Kaggle. It's from Kaggle.
But the figures must be taken from some banks, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So from where have you taken the data? Have you approached the bank, or you have taken the data from the balance sheet, or what is the source of your data? I want to understand.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning. I'm co-author in this paper. Can I answer this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so actually the dataset is extracted from open source platform named Kaggle. And like we have researched various UCI open source datasets, and out of that we got the dataset according to the bankruptcy of various organizations, and that is provided open source for these kind of research. And we have utilized Python libraries on that, and using the Python libraries and the machine learning and deep learning algorithms, we have come out that the financially stable and financially unstable, how they are impacting the various parameters, like you can say epoch sizes, epoch batch sizes, and various other things are used to calculate the bankruptcy detection. and we have utilized to be specific logistic regression in this purpose.
And do you also have the name of the organization, or that's anonymous?
Yes, ma'am. It's anonymous due to like security reasons. They do not reveal that. But yeah, they have provided a data set for the previously years, like 2007 to 2011. After that, the banks are not providing the data in an open source platform.
Okay. So have you also tried to check it on few organizations whom you know?
Yes. Like we tried to like extract any data set that is from the State Bank of India, and
Right.
they didn't like they do not reveal a lot of key parameters that we can utilize as a data set while we are performing the machine learning. So we couldn't use that data set. It is in a very like raw format, and we have to filter out a lot of things in that. So there are various anomalies. So we are working on that. In future research, we would be working on this thing.
So this particular model is applicable only for the financial institutions or any company?
Yes, ma'am. It's according to the data. If it is properly filtered, then we can utilize this model anywhere if the data set is according to that particular specific requirements.
So in the current form also, it can be applied on any organization
Yes, ma'am.
to
Yeah.
detect financial bankruptcy.
Yes, ma'am. We will provide this notebook in Kaggle, and anyone that is actively involved in this field of research, they can utilize our algorithm, and they can use their own data set or their like any other research work, and they can use this data set to enhance this area of research.
Okay, fine. Perfect.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very good work.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, authors. Now, I would like to call our next presenter with paper ID 461, Top Management Team and Firm Performance, Evidence from Oman. Paper ID 461, Top Management Team and Firm Performance, Evidence from Oman. I believe the author is not with us, so let us move to the next paper. Paper ID 530, Identification of an efficient machine learning algorithm for the prediction of the customer churn, a case analysis of a business to consumer dairy company for customer retention strategy.
Good morning. Is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible, sir.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. I'm here to present my paper on identification of an efficient machine learning algorithm for the prediction of customer churn, a case analysis of a business to consumer dairy company for customer retention strategy. So, as the dairy industry has shifted towards a direct-to-consumer model, where we are no more going to stores to get milk by ourselves, but getting it delivered to us, it has become crucial for us to maintain some customer retention strategies. Now, and various studies have also proven, has also shown us that retaining customer is much more cost efficient, and it is crucial for dairy companies to sustain profitability and compete in a dynamic market where new players are emerging periodically. This study aims to explore factors driving customer churn in the dairy sector and evaluate machine learning algorithms for predicting customer churn. By understanding the customer behavior and implementing predictive analytics, we are able to retain much more customers through adopting the required strategy. The research contributes valuable insights to improve customer retention and drive growth in the dairy industry. So the research objective is to identify an efficient machine learning algorithm for predicting customer churn in dairy-based products, explore factors contributing to customer churn in the dairy industry, evaluate various machine learning algorithms for their predictive capabilities, determine the most effective algorithm for accurately predicting churn. As the first and foremost step, we undertake the exploration data analysis, and we analyze various parameters that is present in the data set using using various statistical models. under univariate and outlier detection, multivariate outlier detection, univariable analysis, bivariate variable analysis, and multivariate analysis. Due to the time constraint, I won't be going much more granular into this topic, and I will move to the modeling implementation. So first, we implemented the Kaplan-Meier estimation, which is a survival analysis. It is used to estimate the survival probability of the individuals who either who are retained by the company, or they are churned out by the company. It is particularly useful when dealing with incomplete data or the uncensored data, which means that it is particularly useful when we are having a data set which contains people who are yet to churn out. And we with that, we also used logistics regression, as we might have seen by Muskan's paper. It is a statistical analysis technique used for predicting the probability of a binary outcome, and it estimates the relationship between the features and the binary target, in which in this case is the customer churn or retention, by using a sigmoid function to map the linear combination of features to a probability value between 0 and 1. We have also used decision tree classifier, which is another machine learning algorithm used for both classification as well as regression tasks, while we are using it here for regression. It works by creating a tree-like structure where each internal node represents a decision based on a single feature, and each leaf node represents a final prediction of outcome. In our case, the single feature is the customer retention or churn, and the other features are the various demographics of the consumer and the data collected by the specific company that we're speaking about. We also use decision tree classifier, which utilizes a tree-like structure to make predictions, much like the random forest method we saw. But it also combines multiple random forests to get a majority voting and then get the final result. And we have also used Gaussian naive Bayes classifier. It works under the assumptions that features are conditionally independent given the target class. While this independence assumption may not always be true in reality, it can still be effective for churn prediction due to its simplicity and its efficiency. We have used a support version vector, which finds a hyperplane that best separates data points of different classes with the largest margin. This margin signifies the confidence in the separation and aims to improve the model's ability to generate new to any unseen data or a new data that we can load later on. We have also used the k nearest neighbor, which works by identifying the k closest data points or the neighbors to a new data point that we load onto it after training. This approach makes it intuitive and easy to understand, but it also comes with its own pros and cons. After modeling all these various ML models, we training them, we provided them the data set, and we saw when we noted the accuracy and the validity of the models. Here we have used area under the receiver operating characteristic curve, since it is a very good measure to check whether the classifier is working properly or not. It assesses how well the model can distinguish between positive and negative cases, and higher AUC curve means the better the classifier is working. As you can see from the graph, it lies between 0 to 1. And from the graph, we are able to note that the logistic regression and random forest are more accurate than the other classifiers that we have used in this for this specific data set as well as this model. So we dive into the logistic regression and the random forest models alone to find using the confusion matrix to get much more clarity on it. So a confusion matrix is a visualization tool used in machine learning for evaluating the performance of a classification model. It summarizes the number of predictions for each class, both correctly and incorrectly classified, allowing one to understand how well the model distinguishes between different categories, displaying true positives, true negatives, false positives, and false negatives that are predicted by the algorithm. And we can see the measures that we can obtain from this confusion matrix: the accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score, and sensitivity and specificity. The accuracy reflects the overall population of the correct predictions across all classes. And we can see that this specific model is 88% accurate. The F1 score considers both precision and recall, and it provides a balanced view of the F1's model. And we can see that 86.7% of an F1 score is a very considerable and decent F1 score. The precision measures the proportion of true positives among all the predictions identified as positive. The recall measures the proportion of actual positives that the model correctly identified. Sensitivity is another term for recall. It focuses on the true positive rate for the positive class. Specificity measures the proportion of actual negatives that the model correctly identified. It reflects how well the model avoids falsely classifying negative instances as positive. And as we move on to the logistic regressions confusion matrix, which also applies the same parameters. And we can see that both these models have given us a value more than 80%. And these are the most adoptable model that will give us the better accuracy and be much more precise when predicting customer churn. So since the random forest algorithm performs and the logistic regression performs better based on the AUC and AOC ROC graph, and also depicted by the confusion matrix, we finalize that these two are the optimum models to be used. And if we go back to the Kaplan-Meier curve, we can see that most of the customers are churned out by 30 months, and almost half of them start churning out after 50 months. And it applies for the same and applies more or less for the same to the different segments of customers that we can see over here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. That was an amazing presentation. Now, I would request the session chair to ask any questions and conclude with marking the judgment sheet.
Thank you, Anushka. So can you just go back to the slide on AOC and AUC curve?
Yes, ma'am. Is it visible?
Yeah, the presentation is visible. Can you just specifically come on to that slide? Yes, this one. No, AUC and AOC.
Yes.
This one. First of all, you said that this particular model is relevant only for knowing the customer churn. And as they have shown that after 30 months,
Yes,
yeah. So in this particular graph, I just wanted to understand the importance of decision tree classifier, because it is towards the it actually it is quite closer to zero as compared to your logistic regression and random forest calculation, which are towards the higher side and talks more about accuracy. So what is the importance of decision tree classifier here?
Actually, as you can see from the graph, it's lying in a 75% accuracy. So the importance of a decision tree classifier is that we are able to break down the decisions, the classification feature wise, because we had around 8 to 10 independent variables which we use to determine whether the customer has churned or not. Now, during this breaking down of these many independent features, I think the calculation of Gini impurities and other factors played a role in bringing down its accuracy. So having a much more robust system might have having a much more complicated, a bit complex system might have actually brought down its accuracy.
So which all variables you consider to calculate customer churn?
Yes, ma'am. We had the demographic data stating the age of the subscriber. It's a subscription based B2C company. We had their age, the location that they are living in, and since this is a subscription based model, though this is a subscription based model, they also had one-time purchases for other allied dairy products like ghee or palgova and other things. So we had these one-time purchase values and one-time purchase instances, number of instances that they purchase per month, among other data.
Okay. So, because demographic factor alone cannot be used to determine customer churn. So, what are the major important factors according to you, which actually are responsible for the customer churn?
Yes.
Is it
So
maybe, and is it the studies for dairy industry or for other sectors also?
this was for the dairy industry, taken especially for one dairy company, which gave us the data set, but they wish not to reveal it. So and
Okay.
since they were a subscription based model, we were able to find that the retention was higher in few location, which was lying in the outskirts of their service radius. So
Okay.
we figured out maybe they were getting the milk a bit too late than their liking. So that could be one of the major issues that is leading to the retention. And we noticed the similarity that whoever was making much more one-time purchases, they didn't churn out. They actually liked the product, so they kept coming back to try even the other products that the company offered.
Right. And one more question. You said that the accuracy of this model is 88%.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I was just trying to, relate between the accuracy and just go back to the previous slide. So is decision tree classify one of the factor for uh, slightly less accuracy, or do you think there are any other factor that can be taken to increase the accuracy? I don't know. I'm not much into this AI and ML. So I was just thinking if instead of decision tree classifier, some other model can be used to increase the accuracy, because as far as my perception goes, I think this decision tree classifier is trying to bring down the accuracy. I don't know if I'm correct or not.
Actually, ma'am, what we did was we used the data set throughout all these models that we have shown here to find out which one is much more effective. So once we got down this AOC ROC curve, this evaluation of their accuracy, then we took a deeper dive into the two models, logistic regression and random forest alone. So as you can see, the accuracy is 88% only for the random forest model. And we too advise that or recommend adopting either a random forest and logistic regression for classifying when you have a data set of various independent features and one target feature that says whether the person has churned or not churned.
Correct. And how, according to you, what should be done to increase the accuracy further? Can it be done?
It could be done, man. So for to reduce the computing time, we have adopted this ROC AOC curve. There are other methods like gradient descent and cost function, which could be which could make it much more effective to determine the accuracy.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We can move to the next presenter now, Anushka.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to call our next presenter with paper ID 578, the virtual hitchhiker, navigating the digital landscape of online cab services. Paper ID 578, the virtual hitchhiker,
Yes,
navigating the digital landscape.
yes, ma'am. Sharing.
Okay.
Ma'am, is it visible?
Yes, please, your screen is visible.
Okay.
Alka ma'am, are you there? Start the presentation, please. Is anywhere here?
Yes, Anushka, we can start.
Okay, ma'am. So please, can you start the presentation?
Yes. Very good morning, respected panelists and jury. And I am Dr. Brahmanan Sharma, and here I am going to present my presentation on virtual because in navigating the digital landscape of online cab services. As of now, we know like digital media has transformed the life of the human being. And not only it is facilitating the consumer, but also it has created the preference. It is preference for the customer. It is changing the taste and preference of the customers. There are the lots of tools as of now available, which is supporting the customer means through the mobile application, through the social media. There are the lots of options are available as of now to the customers. And online cab services specifically means it is creating a facility to the customer where if they want to transit from one place to another place, so it is easy for them to just hire a taxi and they can move it. And now there are the lots of opportunities, options are available, like there are the top rated brands are available like Uber and Ola, Redbus, so Rapido. So they all are the top rated brands. They are like having the most customer acquisition. They are having the more market share. If we talk about at the initial, so at the beginning, Meru was the first company who entered into the India and started to promote this online cab services. And they targeted the customer into the metro cities, and gradually they moved to the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 cities. But there were the lots of complication with these cab services. But once there is a digitalization of the this online cab services, specifically when there are the smartphone are there, m-commerce is there, social commerce is there, so they started customer to facilitate very easily. Variable of study are the digital marketing and consumer buying behavior. So digital marketing is how brands is being promoted through the digital channels, including the m-commerce like mobile commerce, social media, and all electronic tools. And consumer buying behavior means how the customer is showing the behavior at the time of purchasing, selecting, and disposing the goods and services. The objective of study it is to investigate the relationship between digital marketing and consumer buying behavior with respect to online cab services, and examine the how digital marketing affect male and female consumer behavior. Hypothesis is digital marketing have no potential impact on consumer buying behavior with respect to online cab services, and even they are not having any kind of impact on male and female consumer buying behavior. If we talk about the research study, so the study is exploratory in nature, and we have distributed this questionnaires to 400 respondents. Out of that, we receive data from 350, and 206 respondents was the final without after removing the outliers. The questionnaire consisting of 25 items of scales, and we use the different statistical tools with the help of softwares like reliability, regression, correlations. So this is the result. So here the reliability. So the item validity reliability is 0.878 for all the items. So that found that the value is more than the threshold limit, that is 0.7. So the data is reliable. If we talk about the regression, so here the value of regression is 0.234. That is below. That means the digital marketing having the limited effect on the consumer buying behavior, as the other options are also available. If they talk about the descriptive analysis, so the buying behavior in digital marketing, here the mean value is 73, and total respondent is 207, and for the digital marketing is 17%. That suggests a respondent partially agree that digital marketing is influencing the purchase decision of consumer buying behavior. If we talk about the discussions, So digital marketers using the various social media channels like mobile ads, emails, web push notifications, through which they are creating a preference among the customers. Even as of now, there are the digital media is targeting the specific giants like Ola and Uber, and they started to collaborate with the other companies, with the other platforms like Amazon, PhonePe, Google Pay. So they're offering the subsequent discounts to the customer. So it is also creating a preference among the customers, which is like customers moving toward this online taxi services. In the conclusion, so company recognize the importance of this digital marketing to attract the customers, and study found like the digital marketing partially affect the consumer buying behavior for the online cab services, because still the consumer think like they have to pay lots of amount to the Ola and Uber and other taxi services, and the other mediums like auto and the bike is also available at the lower cost. The studies also suggested like means the performance, gender specific preference, safety features, and app designs is also playing a crucial role while customer is looking for the purchasing of these products. The finding also show that digital marketing techniques influence the consumer buying behavior using the online organized online cab services. The study emphasized how technology and digital platforms are changing the transport access and uses. The implication of studies, so studies contributing into the three fields like social, academics, and managerial. Into the social, the studies supporting the fact that the digital services are facilitating to the customers, and means it is not only facilitating to the customer, to the society, means the customers who is not able to afford the car, they can also enjoy the taxi services, and they can move from one place to another place. In academics, so studies also contributing like online cab services, creating a venue for the further research, means that can include the state-wise and other variables can also be included, means apart from the mail, like there is a income can also be included in this, then that also can be a profession, and managerial. So for the manager, they need to think about it like they're offering the extra discount and all, but still customer is preferring the other mode of actions because they found like the cab services little bit costlier. So thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. That was an amazing presentation. Now, I would request Professor Dr. Alka Maurya to ask any questions and conclude by marking the judgment sheet.
Thank you, Anushka. So have you specifically studied few companies, or it's generally being done on all the companies which are into online cab services?
Ma'am, specifically, I targeted the Ola and Uber because as of now, they are the most preferred choice of the customer. Means they rely more on the Ola, Uber rather than the other company services.
And what is source of your data?
It is, ma'am, through the questionnaires. We have collected data from the different respondents who are using the cab services.
And what kind of digital marketing services are being utilized by these two companies, Ola and Uber specifically?
Means they are providing, once they are also having their full-fledged applications on which customer can get services. Means not only they are connecting to the customers, even they are targeting the cab drivers, the service provider also. Second, they have also collaborated with the like Amazon, providing the extra discounts. They have collaborated some new applications like Times, so which is offering the extra coupons to the customer. So customer is trying to utilize these benefits and using these online cab services.
So have you done any efforts also to determine as to from the company's perspective, specifically which specific digital marketing strategies they actually are being using? One, you said that they have tied up with Amazon and so on, by which they're offering these discount coupons, but any specific strategy to attract the new customers? Because for the existing one, definitely they can use a lot of incentives.
As of now, they are using the social media, social commerce. means they are using specifically social media, specifically like Instagram. So they are targeting the influencers, and influencers are providing lots of knowledge to the customer, and or every influencer having the active followers. They having the millions of active followers, so it is very easy to convert customer for their brands.
So influencers are promoting them, or their ads are being uh,
Ma'am,
aired in the.
they just like within their video, they just try to highlight as a layman people, like if you want to use their services, so just go to this cab. They are having these features. They are having the safety, and they are also offering, if you will book this taxi through my link, through my bio, so you will get extra discounts. So the active followers easily converted into their products.
So currently, your study was focusing on collecting the data from the customers and then analyzing it as to how
Yes,
effective
sir.
are the digital marketing strategies.
Yes,
If you
ma'am.
also can do it from the company's perspective and look at and chalk out all these strategies which they are using in the digital landscape, it will make your paper more better. And
Sure,
again, you
ma'am.
can upgrade it and send for publication in good journals.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Definitely will note it. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable suggestion.
Thank you.
Have a great day, ma'am.
Same to you. Same to you. Anushka,
Thank
do we
you.
have more presenters or?
No, ma'am. This was our last presenter for the day.
Because
Coordinators, can you hear me? Yeah, am I
yes,
audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I have a small request related to that. I dropped a mail to conference day yesterday evening that my presentation is in the second half. Is it possible? Can we have it now in the first half? Because I'm a bit occupied in the second half.
Sir, can you give me 5 minutes so that I can talk to our coordinators?
Yeah, sure. My paper ID is 274.
274. Sure, sir.
Yeah,
Let me just call them and ask.
yeah. Thank you.
because we have divided the papers track wise. So even if we will try to put it in other track, uh, when we try to put it, accommodate in the first half, it will be there in the other track.
Okay, yeah.
So just give, as Anushka have said, give her 5 minutes and they'll check and get back to you.
Sure. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry, sir. Can you please repeat your track ID? Sorry, your paper ID.
Paper ID 274.
274. Sure,
Yeah,
sir. Give me 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes.
yeah, sure.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, we apologize, but we won't be able to accommodate in the morning tracks because the marking will be done by your session chair that will be headed. So it will.
Okay, fine, fine, no issues. Thank you.
So we have come at the end of our session now, and as as we know that the valedictory, the best author will be, given later at the valedictory session. Now, I would like to conclude by saying thank you to our session chair, Professor Dr. Alkamoria. Thank you for your wisdom and your kind presence. I would also like to thank everyone for joining this session and patiently cooperating and for being such a wonderful audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anushka. And good job by you and Emmet.
Thank you so much, ma'am.